Right, hello and welcome everyone to the session with On Campus CEG today. We're really excited to have so many of you here today. The session is going to be run by Key and Peter, who are both from On Campus, and they'll be guiding you through all of the basics about On Campus and a lot more detail as well. Again, if you've got any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat box. There will be time for Q&A in the end. And during the entire session, if we can ask again everyone to keep their audios and videos muted. So over to you, Key. We're ready to start whenever you are. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravina. Okay, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's fine. It's coming through.
Great. Okay, thank you everyone today for joining this webinar. So I am one of today's guest speaker. My name is Chi, and I am the Student Recruitment Manager at OnCampus. So I have been working in higher education for more than 5 years, and specifically enjoying speaking with students and inspiring them on their study choices. So we have also a special guest speaker, Peter, joining today's webinar. And Peter, do you want to say hi to the audience?
Hi everyone. Thank you for joining this important webinar. I'm Peter McLaughlin. I've been Centre Director at On Campus London for a number of years. I'm actually Director of Progression and Partnerships for the group. That's Cambridge Education Group. We have over 32 different partners working with different UK and European universities. Everyone refers to me as Mr. Peter, so that's fine with me this afternoon if you have any questions coming through. But look forward to for us presenting, but also do send through some questions on the chat box as we progress. Key, over to you. I think you're going to progress. You're going to talk about On Campus London, everything that we have in our centres in London. Brilliant.
Yeah. So today we will be talking about studying in London, and we'll be sharing with you a few top university options with On Campus that will help you to achieve more. So let's crack on. So from last year, London is officially #1 in the list of top cities in the world to study abroad. Not only for students, London is also the world city of choice, beating other cities like New York, San Francisco, Hong Kong, and Copenhagen. Let's take a quick look at the numbers for why London deserves to be nominated #1. So there are 9.6 million people living in London. 90,000 international students come and study in London every year. 300 languages are spoken in London, more than any other city in the world. And there are 6 international airports, so the data here needs to be updated. Over 70 Nobel Prize laureates have studied or worked at London University. So I have listed 3 reasons to study in London. First, obviously, London is a city connected to the world, and travel opportunities are one of the reasons why you should consider studying in London. London has 6 airports, like I've mentioned before, and 300 train stations, with direct flights to all around the world and trains to destinations in the UK and Europe. So your time at university is also one of the best times to travel. During the summer holidays, you can have up to 3 months to plan a trip anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter if you are planning a weekend in Paris or an interrailing trip around East Europe. London puts you in a great position to book cheap and travel fast. So it takes just over 2 hours to Europe by train via the Eurotunnel, including stops in France, Germany, Belgium, and Netherlands. So domestic-wise, London is also a couple of hours train travel to other major UK cities such as Newcastle, Cambridge, Manchester, and Liverpool. Inside the city, there are thousands of buses, trains, and tubes run day and night, almost 365 days of the year. So second reason for choosing London as your study destination is that London will never get you bored. Here are some of the city highlights to share with you if you have never been to London before. So every year, there are thousands of people come from all over the world to visit London and experience the culture, the history, and the spirit. London boasts many beautiful parks where students can spend their lunch, afternoons, and weekends, or you can take in some of the best views of the city from the bank of the famous River Thames, where you will see the London Eye, the Big Ben, St. Paul's Cathedral. London is also home to over 200 museums, so twice as many as New York. Some are located amongst the squares, the gardens of South Kensington, but many are distributed through central London. And also, it's my favorite, London is shopaholic extreme. So from 60,000 jewel encrusted shoes in Harrods to vintage designer clothes on Portobello Road Market, we could always find a place to spend money. Oxford Street is the retail center with the highest concentration of shops in Europe. So you'll find every global high street chain there. London is also famed for its live music scene, which is great for young students. So with everyone from up and coming unsigned bands to world famous superstar playing every night of the week all over the city. So the O2 Arena near the Docklands is London's biggest music venue and has hosted like Coldplay, Madonna, Kanye West, and many, many more. So I have categorized 3 lists of things, including the best free things to do, cool things to do, and places to eat at great price. So these were for you to explore and experience in London once you arrive here. I will not get into more details for now, and you will be the one to discover yourselves. Please do get in touch with SI UK after the webinar to get a copy of the lists. And last but not least, the top quality of the education and employability in London. So I quote from an article published on the Times Higher Education, written by Jane Glayville, the Chief Executive Officer of London Higher, the regional association for London's higher education institution. So here she says, London is home to a diverse range of 40 mainstream universities and higher education colleges. So ranging from the large research-intensive higher education institutions, small specialist higher education institutions, so local embedded and also teaching-led higher education institutions, among the others. So this concentration of high-quality higher education institutions provides London with a place on the global platform because their collective offering is vastly superior to almost all of its counterparts. So London's higher educations produce more than 130,000 skilled graduates every year, and 70% of those remain in the capital after graduation to work and provide a broad skills base. So I hope you are excited at this point and get ready to plan your study journey in London with OnCampus. There are several options for you to choose at OnCampus, which I will go through in a minute. Just like London, OnCampus will not fail you. We aim to help you to achieve more. And here, this is our first center to recommend, OnCampus London. So OnCampus London is based at Birkbeck, University of London. This enables us to offer you the opportunity to study in a world-class facility in the heart of London and provides our students with a true university experiences, helping our students to feel part of the university from day one. The OnCampus London is an aspirational and mature environment which will prepare our students for future academic success at top UK universities. OnCampus London partners with a number of globally recognized institutions, nurturing world-leading knowledge, research, and practices that have contributed towards a real-world impact and advancement. So our students at On-Campus London can apply for progression to one of our university partners or through the UCAS to any other universities across the UK, such as LSE, University of Edinburgh, or with the support of our outstanding higher education team. So On-Campus London has a proven track record of providing excellent higher education advice to help students progress to the best universities in the UK. So I will go through more details on our 6 progression partner universities in a minute and share more information on our previous progression results. Let's take a quick overview on the programs offered at On-Campus London. So basically covers all levels of needs, from courses that prepares for undergraduate degree to postgraduate degree. Our undergraduate foundation year is a 1-year preparatory course, allowing students to progress to an undergraduate degree. So for students who aim to enter high-ranking universities through pathway, International Foundation Program would be the best option to take. So our Master Foundation Program is available as a 2- or 3-term program, offering opportunity to progress to a wide range of master's degree. There are several routes of pathway programs that we offer at On-Campus London, preparing students to study business, law, engineering, social science, humanities and life science at a top UK university. So the student success is always the central to everything we do at On-Campus. We do help students to achieve this from every angle. So choosing the right university is one of the most important decisions our students will take. At On-Campus London, we offer exceptional support to make your university application easy and smart. So our expert higher education advisor teams will give you the information, the guidance, the support to make this decision from the very start of the program. For undergraduates, we offer UCAS one-to-one appointments, UCAS drop-in sessions, open days, guest lecturers, and we'll be helping students apply to 5 universities. So the higher education advisor team also help arrange interview practice, academic reference, test lectures, and talks. So once students receive the offers, the team will also review the offers for students and then support the student to choose a second option if it is necessary. At master's level, we offer expert university application support with guidance on researching university degree programs, support with statement of purpose, arranging CV workshop, and etc. So once our students receive offers, again, the team would then help to advise on choosing and confirming the offers. Like I've said, student success is central to everything we do at On-Campus. So it is great to see many of the UK's top universities recognizing students from On-Campus London across the undergraduate foundation program, international year 1 program, and an international foundation program. So through the university offers they have received. Here I'm very proud to share with you the progression results as of May this year. As you could see from the chart, there has been more than 200 students successfully progressed to our partner universities this year. And more than 100 of those actually progressed to Queen Mary, University of London. Queen Mary is a member of the prestigious Russell Group of universities. Also, nearly 70 students have progressed to a top 25 UK universities. So, well, there obviously are more on the list, but the full progression list is way too long to be squeezed in here. So OnCampus is proud to work in partnership with six University of London colleges. I will quickly go through our partner universities. A, because concerning of the time that we have left, there are two more options to recommend to you. And second, which is more important, like all our on-campus London University students who are required to do their own progression research from day one, it would be better if you could also spend some time to do your own research and find the university of your heart. So our first progression partner, Birkbeck University of London, that's where OnCampus London is based at. So Birkbeck is a world-class research and teaching institution delivering evening teaching. So which means you will have your day free to study or enjoy everything London has to offer. So the college is situated in the heart of the University of London's central campus, next to many other universities of London College, like UCL and SOAS. So ranking-wise, Birkbeck is top 40 in the UK. Queen Mary University of London, as previously mentioned, is a member of the prestigious Russell Group of Universities. It's ranked 19th in the UK and 117 in the world, according to the QS World Ranking. Top 10 in the UK for law, and one of the leading London universities for student experiences. Royal Holloway is our third partner university. So it's a beautiful campus in very safe location with plenty to experience in the local area and easy access to vibrant and active central London. It's ranked 22 in the UK. Royal Holloway is one of the top research intensive institutions in the UK and is internally recognized for excellent research and teaching across the art, science, social science, and management. Next one, Goldsmiths, University of London. So Goldsmiths was founded in 1981 and has been part of the University of London since 1904, which has been more than 100 years. Goldsmiths is based within London's vibrant New Cross, and it is an area that has been described by the New York Times as a hub of creative talents. So with good employability, Goldsmiths graduates work for Apple, Google, Tate, the BBC, and the NHS. Royal Veterinary. Very rare we have students interested in this area, but again, it's ranked the 8th of vet school in the UK and EU. Great employability again. 95% of the students graduate from biovet science are in work only 6 months after finishing their study. So progression to this major is also available through OnCampus London. Our last progression partner is St. George's University of London. I haven't had the slides ready. If you have not heard of St. George's before, Peter, please correct me here if I'm not right. So St. George's is a specialist health university. It shares a site with St. George's Hospital and was the second institution in England to provide formal training courses for doctors. So guess who is the first one?
That's right, Key. It's for medicine and allied healthcare. It's a very specialist school and university, part of University of London. Yeah. No, but you're right.
So yeah, the first institution in England to provide formal training courses for doctors was University of Oxford. So that's pretty much everything for OnCampus London. I'm going to share a video to give you a more visualized feeling. Oh. Let me see if it works.
I love London. It's my dream city, and that's why I choose OnCampus London.
Studying here, particularly Central London, it helps to expose you and develop you about what the future holds for you in the business market.
In London, we got many opportunities. You get introduced in the business world.
It's also particularly diverse, so you'll be able to learn different cultures, which will be useful in your higher education.
Okay. Let's continue with our second recommendation. So the second recommended center is OnCampus London South Bank University, LSBU. So unlike OnCampus London, OnCampus LSBU offers one-to-one progression to London South Bank University. Of course, the student could apply to other universities through UCAS. However, majority of our students who choose to study at OnCampus LSBU is aiming to progress to London South Bank University. Therefore, I will start with introducing the university. LSBU is cosmopolitan university with over 25,000 students from over 130 countries. So it's a great diversity and a global alumni network of over 80,000. LSBU is one of London's largest and oldest university. The university is located on a single campus in central London in historic and vibrant and unique Elephant and Castle. It's just a minute from the center of London. The university's focus is on personalized learning and employability skills. Some highlights of the university. So LSBU was founded in 1892 and since then has been providing students with opportunities for over 125 years. The university currently has around more than 25,000 students, and the university has put 50 million investments in the student buildings and learning spaces. They have outstanding facilities in the business school and the access to the software widely used in industry. It is ranked top 10 in the UK for graduate starting salaries. So quick overview on the ranking again. Fifth in the UK for electronic and electronical engineering. First in the UK for career prospects in law. Sixth in the UK for chemical engineering. Second in the UK for accounting and finance. Second in London for criminology. And again, top 10 in the UK for graduate starting salaries. And second in London for graduate prospects in the marketing. Not just for the ranking, there are a few more reasons to choose LSBU. So echoing the ranking in the employee market, being known for its professional links and high graduate salaries, it is selected 2 years in a row by the Times and the Sunday Times Good University Guide as the University of the Year for graduate employment. So LSU puts students first. Practical support makes students feel safe, settled, and ready to study. And LSBU offers 25% yearly merit scholarship when students achieve excellent grades. Student life-wise, the student union at LSBU has over 50 sports clubs and societies for all interests and hobbies. Take a look at the location here. So LSBU students benefit from being close to the city without the highest cost. And if you take a closer look at the map here, many of London's most important cultural institutions are packed into this small area. And you could probably name a few yourselves, like the London Eye, London Bridge, Big Ben, the Shard. The South Bank area, situated only 15 minutes walk to the Thames. It is an international and a cultural hub with a population of over 300,000. There are more than 80 restaurants in the area. I hope that's enough for 300,000 population there. And it is home to some of the UK's cultural venue. Back to on campus. So at On Campus, we offer high quality university preparation programs for international students on the university campus. So the programs are designed for international students who do not meet the requirements for direct entry into LSBU. Students will be benefit from the support we offer in preparing them to progress to the university. And students who study at on-campus LSBU are guaranteed progression to LSBU, of course, based on successful completion of the foundation program. So it's guaranteed progression here. At on-campus LSBU, at the moment, we only offer course with progression to undergraduate degree through foundation and international year 1. The foundation program is a 1-year program that prepares students to entering year 1 of a degree program at LSBU. International year 1 is equivalent to the first year of an undergraduate degree. When students successfully complete the international year 1 course, students can progress into the second year of the degree, provided student has achieved the required grades, of course. Let's get back to this slide again. So one thing I would like to highlight here is at on-campus LSBU, we offer ICAS option. So ICAS routes at both levels for a range of progression degrees. ICAS is integrated CAS. What is a integrated CAS? So integrated CAS enables students to apply a single visa, covers pathway and degree programs. So one of the biggest benefits of an integrated CAS is its seamless transition into university. It will help you to avoid having the hassles of traveling back to your home country for renewing the student visa. So also, non-CELT English evidence is accepted with a ICAS route, and students could work up to 20 hours per week. Let's see. Okay. On-campus LSBU offers students guaranteed progression to a wide range of university undergraduate degrees at LSBU across 4 main subject areas after successful completion of a foundation programs. So those subject areas are art and design, business economic, finance and management, engineering and science, humanity and social science. Last but not least here, it is a very affordable option to study in the UK. Our January start course is still opening for application at the moment, and tuition fee for most programs is just a bit over £15,000. So for more course information, please do get in touch with SI UK after this webinar. I will stop sharing my slide now and hand it over to Peter.
Hi, Key. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm going to try and now switch. If I can come in on the, someone let my slide deck in, please? I cannot.
Have I stopped?
Yeah, you got to stop. Someone's got to let me in. Yeah, to share the screen.
Give me a second. Oops, technical issues.
Stop share.
Okay, great.
Okay, thanks. That should come through.
Yeah.
Yep. Hi. Great. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Peter. I'm Director of Progression and Partnerships for On Campus. I I'm a pretty experienced international educator. I've been Centre Director at London, so thank you, Keith, for that very good presentation on London. I actually live in London, so it's a grey afternoon at the moment, been raining pretty much these last few days, but it's a very vibrant, exciting city. Despite what you might hear on BBC News or on the media, I think UK is having a bit of a knock at the moment, but really the success and the reputation of the quality of our universities UK, especially the partnerships of ONCAMPUS, are very important. So let me now flick into the main screen for you. Hopefully this will come through. Great, okay. So just a quick snapshot. The fact is that on campus, we work with well over 30 high quality university partners in the UK, in Europe and the United States. I just thought I'd give a quick window there so you can trust us as to our expertise in what we have to offer and say and what we're stating. We're only got limited time to give a few presentations on just a couple of our centres. And thank you, Keith, for the one on Campus London that works with Birkbeck, Queen Mary, Royal Holloway, St George's, Goldsmiths, but also progression on to LSE, City, King's College London, many others as affiliate partners or affiliate applications. So, and for LSPU, I remember LSPU, I did start that quite a few years ago as a tremendous centre there on the south side of the river. With the portfolio that we have, this just gives you a general idea of where we tend to work with QS top world ranked university partners across the Northern Hemisphere. And it's like Keith said, is that we are a top quality provider in what we do. We work with brilliant university partners, and it tends to be that because of the quality of our provision for supporting individual students, our students tend to achieve more and progress to a higher level of destinations in university careers and academic and then professional graduate careers after that. I've been asked to talk particularly to lean in on one of my universities that I oversee, working with their professors and associate professors, particularly with University of Reading and Henley Business School. It's an exceptional world-class university and business school. One of many of our partners being a Triple Crown accredited business school, which I'll explain a little bit more for those of you who are perhaps interested in business, finance, marketing, management. But University of Reading as well, which is just outside of London. So again, University of Reading, you can look it up, have a bit more time. You should always research things carefully. Obviously, you're working with SI UK. They're an excellent team of advisors, organisation in the field of international education. But when you start looking at different attributes of different universities, and you'll have a lot of choice, particularly in the UK, quality universities and higher education, try to look at a little bit more discerning aspects of research, because we would tend to work with top 200 ranked QS world universities. University of Reading at the moment for 2023 is 198 in the world, alongside your Durham universities and the like. And this is quite important, because that means you've got the quality of research, quality of teaching, quality of education, and student satisfaction, so as to achieve that ranking of the QS. There's about well over 1,500 universities in that league table. So to be in that top 100 or top 200 is particularly outstanding. Also, it's top University of Reading is top 30. Again, quite important, because you've got over 110, 120 universities in the UK. So, but there are other lots of league tables out there, and one of them is that I tend to work on. I'm an economist of sorts, Cambridge graduate from my time, different things, different subjects. Always wanted to be a teacher, go into education, but I often refer to the Financial Times and The Economist rankings as well, because these give you an indication of the subject specialism, and it's very important if you get those decisions and research right. Renowned universities, University of Reading, Henley has very strong industry links, like universities in London and LSBU that Keys just mentioned, and it's because of their quality of their research, the impact of their research. And this is so important, because that doesn't mean you're just simply involved with masters and postgraduates and PhDs and the like. It means that the quality of the research that the university does, say in the field of engineering, climates, business, it impacts in the teaching in the informed way of undergraduate teaching, And that means the students tend to have outstanding academic outcomes, and that's quite important. And the quality of the research in terms of excellence and impact means that it's having world-reaching reputation for the statements it's making and the advice and guidance it's either giving to governments on the economy or in climate or engineering innovation and design, aerospace, whatever it might be, or life sciences, vaccine research has been very important. So the University of Reading is got one of the best business schools in the world. It's Triple Crown. There's only about 100 in the world, 108, I think, Triple Crown universities. We work with well over 10 of them in different ways as partners or as affiliates. And these business schools are very specialized, particularly Henley, part of University of Reading, specializing in finance, investment, trading, fintech, and now more importantly, sustainable green finance and economics. Other important aspect when you're researching choice and options of universities, as I'm mentioning with University of Reading, look to see where the university is located, and is it in a very strong industrial area in terms of industry links and quality of job opportunities, graduate employabilities, etc. Somebody mentioned about quality of career services. You'll find that's always the case, that all our leading universities tend to have top quality advice and guidance, one-to-one counseling for all their individual students. And again, it's important to look into that area. University of Reading and Henley has excellent professional placement schemes. This would be a 4-year major, and with the world facing, well, the world has changed, I think. The world for this next part of 21st century is facing economic recession. So opportunity of getting real live work experience, internships, professional placements. Look to the university and its industry links to make that happen on a 4-year major if it's undergraduate, or 2-year major if it's a postgraduate you're looking at. Again, looking at those attributes and the qualities of the graduate employability. Reading, Henley has well over 95% of all their graduates matriculating every year going into employment and research. And it's the same for nearly all of on-campus partners that we work with. Why I'm especially attracted, and we're filming there on Monday actually, University of Reading has got one of the most gorgeous parkland campuses I've ever seen, and I've seen nearly all the UK universities, and being a Cambridge person myself, that's pretty good. But I have to say, the Parkland campus of University of Reading, White Knights it's called, is absolutely beautiful. And all this again is on our website, on our Video 360 virtual tour, if you go on the links. So these are the particular accolades of University of Reading itself. It's many of its subjects are in the top 30 in the UK, top 20 rankings. Quite important that you look at those carefully, whether they're the QS or the Sunday Times or the Guardian or the complete university league tables. Again, being discerning, look at those carefully. Don't just go by word of mouth and what someone mentions. You need to do that research quite carefully, whether that's for undergraduate, no doubt you are doing that, and for postgraduate. Henley itself is a Triple Crown business school, so you would expect, and your expectations would be fulfilled actually, but your expectations would be that you would be looking for a high level of quality teaching, inspiration, aspiration, meeting those ambitions for you to go into your professional career. And Henley Business School and University of Reading does that brilliantly. As I said, 95% of their graduates matriculating into professional graduate jobs year by year. So that means it says a lot about the reputation of the business school, a lot of reputation of the engineering or the life sciences. It means that employers, world-leading employers, are looking for those quality graduates, and they will go to those universities in their second and third year, when you're in the second and third, if it's undergraduate or masters, to select with their careers fairs and their interviews and so on. This is what University of Reading does very well. So please keep me online. I can tend to talk too much. I'm a bit of an academic, you know me. I can do lectures for an hour and a half if needed, whatever subject field that might be, particularly if it's in the field of business economics. So as I said, it's a Triple Crown business school. This is more or less indicating its top quality provision, independent audits, independent executive measurements from EQUIS, AMBER, and AACSB. This is a mixture of European and American accrediting groups. As I say, there's only about 180 in the world that have been accredited, and they're literally making a strong statement that this is a quality top business school, excellent with its postgraduate MBAs, its masters and its undergraduate teaching, and more importantly, its graduate employability and its networking for alumni. And it's interesting that Henley and University of Reading have 80,000 alumni out there, and they have a part of their mission is to encourage new graduates coming through to join those companies and those firms and those employment companies. Again, top 200 in the world, top 30, top 10, depending on what league table you're looking at. I'm just highlighting Henley Business School for those of you who might be interested in finance, business, marketing, management. Particularly, this is just one school within a university. Like in many of our universities, they'll either be called faculties or schools. And this gives you many of their accolades of their outstanding qualities and attributes that are associated with those particular league tables and rankings. And when you've got a whole collection of them, that means there must be something good about that business school or that engineering school, that university, that makes it outstanding and exceptional. Where Henley specializes, and it's for those of you who are perhaps interested in business, or maybe you have an interest in going into accounting and finance. With my experience, I would say be mindful that the world has changed, particularly post-COVID. There are many, many issues that we're facing in the world now, economic challenges, business. We've got rising input prices, inflation. We've got geopolitical tensions. We've got energy supply problems all over the world. We have supply problems in general all over the world because things have changed. Things have significantly changed because of digital transformation as well. And so for those interested in perhaps accounting and financing, I would say take a big leap of confidence and look at finance and investment or fintech or green finance, because this is the way forward in this next part of the 21st century. And Henley has the ICMA Center, which is one of the world leading research centers and teaching centers with the approval of ICMA. And it has the largest trading rooms in Europe for students interested in going into finance, investment in their area. There's a links there. I'll share this slide deck with SI UK and others, but it's all on our website. This is the ICMA Center, and you'll find these specialisms in particular business schools across all the best universities. But for finance and accounting and investment, then I would strongly recommend look at Henley, look at University of Reading. Because really they work with the big four corporations. You would have heard of PwC, KPMG, EY. So these are specialist global management consultancies, which employ tens of thousands of people across the world. But they will be recruiting bachelor students as well from undergraduate into their companies, particularly if you've got the right qualifications, the right attributes, and the right sort of hunger or thirst and quality of curiosity of mind to go into that particular specialist field. And this is where you need to look carefully at the attributes and the outcomes of the university as to their award-winning status. University of Reading's won many accolades and awards for its career service, its professional placements, and there you will be looking at opportunities in that third year, or if you're doing a 3-year major or 4-year major, of corporate work placements, where some of those are paid if you apply through the university. Much of that will be the connections between the research and the university and the companies and the corporations sponsoring that research with that university. So you've got graduates gaining what I would consider to be high-level transferable skill sets. You'll be working alongside in that year or that internship, short summer term, even summer term internship, with the professional stream gaining real work learning environment and real expertise and insight. And this again will be something that you can mention in your CV and your applications. And there's a lot of good connectivity between the business school and the industrial companies and the corporations. One example, this is just a quick snapshot of the leading corporations, because where Reading's based, it's based in the Thames Valley. Thames Valley is the gateway to London. It's just to the west of Heathrow. It's about 15 minutes fast train from Reading to central London. And these are some of the large corporations that are based in that region, which we call the Silicon Corridor, the Silicon Valley. You've got big names, not just in management, but also IT, pharmaceutical, etc. And if you look carefully, if you were to look at this region, this area, the Thames Valley, it's got the largest tech and innovation hubs in the UK, 7 times the national average, particularly if you include the region of Reading and Thames Valley, and you link it up with Oxford and Abingdon, then you've got one of the largest clusters. It's one of the largest groupings of everything to do with management, business, digital technology, health and life sciences. You've got advanced engineering, manufacturing, creative industries, etc. So particular interest if you have in finance, then I would encourage you to look at Henley Business School, because it's one of the few business schools that's got 4 or 5 different pathways going into that specialist field of business. The most popular area where there are a lot of jobs going, despite the fear of a recession, despite COVID, is that field of fintech. And a lot of emerging economies, different parts of the world, India, Africa, Middle East, they're just getting to grips with us living in a digital banking world or digital transformation, particularly in the field of banking and finance. And fintech is now one of the hot areas of graduate careers, as well as the economies of the world suffering for this last part of the 21st century, looking to the future. Green finance, the finance that supports new investment in green energy, green corporations, green energy, green funds and bonds. This is worth trillions now. So this is the new surge of growth and opportunity, particularly in the field of the financial world and financial services. And again, opportunities there for internships, where students will be trained in the particular field of the skill set needed for finance and investment, and then being snapped up by these large corporations, which will be growing and expanding into the next part of the 21st century. One particular degree for accounting and business to highlight is the special relationship with PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers. Henley works very closely with PwC. This is a 4-year major, and that year is where you'll be employed and taking on, where you have to apply. It's very competitive, but you'll be taking on for employability in that period of time in your studies with PwC. And if you do well with the internship and experience, you can look to finding employment with them. Doesn't mean you have to stay with them forever, but normally that's the stepping stone. A lot of my students have done that and have made their mark now, and they're working, even though they started with PwC, they're working with your big banks like Barclays and other big names like KPMG, etc. Fintech, I've mentioned already, is in everything, as the internet is, and the digital. This is where you get a knowledge base of blockchain, all aspects of digital payments, transactions, exchange. Digital banks now are very common in many parts of the world, catching on in other parts, and this is a growth part of the industry of the finance and the banking investment services industries. I mentioned this already, the importance of green and sustainable finance for the future, for us all to make sure those decisions and key strategies are correct to save the planet. This is our postgraduate programs. For those of you who might be on the call wanting to do postgraduate, we have very successful pre-master programs leading students through to do postgraduate at Henley and University of Reading. As well as finance and business, University of Reading has got a world-class reputation for literally everything else. Biomedical sciences, it's leading in the field of food sciences and agriculture. Obviously, food security is very important now for every part of the world. And so this is one of the areas for leading research. It's #1 in the world for its good work it does on climate change. And you might have seen the Show Your Stripes diagram, which is an iconic image that's been used everywhere. It was used in the last COP summits and the ones before in Glasgow, in Paris. This is the origin innovation of one of the professors at University of Reading, mapping the temperature changes year by year as things are changing, even in your part of the world or across the world. And Google it, Show Your Stripes, it's called. It's fantastic. Psychology, international relations and law, they're leading in that subject field as well, particularly international development, because now the world has got a huge inequality and disparity, and so we have to be mindful of global citizenship and being a UK graduate, contributing into the balance between development and bringing on development and fairness across the world. University of Reading as well, leading in architecture, urban planning, building construction. It has, I think it's #1 or #2 for real estate and land property. And then it's got an excellent art and design faculty on the campus, specializing in graphics, but also film theatre, because it's very close and links to the BBC and the film studio. Netflix, they've got a new studio in one of their locations on their science parks, working with American teams or American producers now as part of University of Reading Film School. As I said, I can talk too much, but quickly just running through our pathways for pre-degree on our foundation is found at OnCampus Reading. It's in a gorgeous location. It's a beautiful grade 2 listed building. And there you have our UFP Business, Economics, Finance and Management pathway. And we've got now students from all over the world. We've got places, as you might know, for January, but for summer 2023, we're looking to grow that diversity even more so. Then there is a pathway of UFP Art and Design leading on to the film TV. So that's an opportunity with studies at University of Reading on campus, being part of the true university experience from day one. And then, as Keys just mentioned, on Campus London, you'll find the other pathways that lead on to University of Reading, as well as London universities, for the humanities, law, biomedical, and the engineering architecture route. If you wanted to prepare on a pre-degree foundation, still applying to University of London, and of course you get a guaranteed offer. No need to go through UCAS if you wish to apply to that particular university in those degree courses. Masters, we have strong specialism in business and finance and management. We've got a whole talented group of individuals on our pre-masters at the moment, and aiming particularly for investment finance, green finance and fintech, as well as economics. If you have time, Google University of Reading and you'll go onto their website, where you'll find it's one of the most attractive parkland, lakeland, heritage buildings campus in southeast of England. It's literally 15 minutes fast train on the new Elizabeth line that's just been launched. Her Majesty, amazing person. Last June, I think it was, he opened the Elizabeth line, which is one of our cross rails, a new line running from Reading through to the other side of London, but under London as well. When it hits Paddington, it goes underground, and it's literally super fast development. 15 minutes from Reading station through to central London. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Right. Personal tutoring. This is a quality of all good universities who will be giving individual focus and attention to the needs of the student, not just academically, but personal and professional development. And this is what University of Reading and Henley does extremely well, with giving that attention as to personal tutors, but working with careers counsellors and advisors. And it's holistic, it's all linked up, and this is really shows with the quality of the graduates, who then have more or less very little difficulty in getting that next stage of employability and progression. It's got an amazing career service. The campus itself I won't have time for a video link to show you, but it's got an outstanding new library. Sorry, I'm a bit of an academic. I like libraries. Obviously, I have ebooks and everything else, but outstanding lecture halls and state-of-the-art learning resources, all within easy reach. And it's a greenfield campus, so everything is convenient. It's not in an urban setting. You might say, you know, I want to be in London, or I want to be in Manchester or Liverpool, whatever it might be. But I would say post-COVID, we've all had a pretty tough time. And I think to have a peaceful learning environment or a peaceful environment around us is so important. And this is what Reading does very well, particularly specializing in its areas of sports and societies. Reading itself, again, I don't have much time, but Reading itself is a very friendly student town. And it's rated as one of UK's safest cities. It's quite important to that. Obviously on campus, Reading is as well, with its own security, and it's literally like its own little township, all on the same site. Yeah, I'm on Monday. I'm filming with colleagues, and we will focus on the library. And it is amazing. It's obviously different from the libraries that when I was at university of how it used to be, pre-internet. But no, it's amazing. You'll see that footage and film on our website quite soon. And the sports is outstanding, and I think it's very important to have that balance between academic and fitness and wellness, etc. And this is something that University of Reading and Henley does very well in getting that balance right, because you've got all the facilities to hand. There's no disrespect, but I know the University of London colleges, having worked with LSE and King's College, all their sports is on the outside of London. You would have to, unless you're rowing on the River Thames, of course, in their boat cruise, but you've got a bit of a stretch if you want to play football or rugby and the like, or hockey. Here it's all on the one site, and that's something that's convenient and purposeful. So yeah, I think that was a good 20 minutes or so, Key, I hope, and we may have questions coming through. Yeah, so I'm happy to chip in if people have any particular questions they want to contribute. Yeah, thank you very much for listening. Yeah, obviously our websites give you more information, and SI UK are experts in their field, and they will tell you more in terms of application and entry requirements. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Peter. And thank you, Key, as well, for today's presentations. I think those were really, really useful for all of our students. We've got a couple of thank yous coming through from YouTube as well, saying, yeah, there was a really helpful presentation. So we've only got a couple of minutes. I'm just going to ask 3 questions on behalf of all of the students. We've got a common thread of students asking about scholarships and how they can go about applying for scholarships.
Key, do you want to lead on that? This will be scholarships for on campus to study with us. Again, that's something that you can expand. And then all our university partners offer scholarships for our international students going through. Again, it does depend on the particular institutes and the centres we're talking about, because they vary slightly. Key, over to you. Yep. I think you're on mute.
Now?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we do offer a few scholarships across the centres. It really depends on which program you are starting at, from 500 to 2,000. So yeah, do check with SI UK team once you have made your application through, and we will definitely help you to make it to the UK.
And then with good success, yeah, with good success on campus centres, if you achieve the top grades like the grade A's, the top 70% or the A stars, which is above that, then there are merit scholarships that your university partners offer to our students as well. Yeah, Queen Mary or on campus Reading, etc. Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you for that. We have a question from a student for LSBU. They're asking, is LSBU not offering health courses? That would just be a quick answer, I guess. Key, you're on mute.
Sorry. I do need to double check, but as far as I remember, It's not, unfortunately, not through our program, so it's not a progression option for on-campus LSBU.
If this is for healthcare, sorry, is it allied healthcare was mentioned? I picked up my ears on that.
Yeah.
I think that that pathway is found at On Campus London, and for students applying to LSBU because they've got an excellent nursing school, the like, then that would be the route through from On Campus London to apply to LSBU. Yeah.
And there are other university partners that we do offer health and health science progression options. So yeah, there are other alternatives that you could choose to study on.
We haven't had time to talk about our medical program on campus UK North. We're just talking about the London and the Southeast, but do click on our overall website and you'll find all the different specialist areas that we have with our other 20 or so centres and partners in the UK.
Thanks for that. We've got a question about a student asking for the faculty, which faculty would industrial organizational psychology fall under? Because in South Africa, apparently it's classified as humanities and commerce. So what faculty would that fall under?
That will come under business and commerce, business economics. It will come under a business school, really, that subject area. Is that industrial organization? And is that right? Did I hear that right?
Yes, industrial organizational psychology.
Yeah, that would come under the business school, which sometimes is confusing. Sometimes business schools are called social sciences, but if you put in the title industrial organization, whether that's on Master's portal on our website portal, then it'll come up with the university partners that offer that. Yeah.
We've actually got a question, I think that you might have already answered, Peter, but the students basically asking, once they finish their foundation program, do they have to stick with the university that they've done the foundation program with, or are they allowed to progress onto other institutions as well?
Yeah, this is quite important. It's that if you want a lot of choice and options open to you and you don't particularly want to be set on a pathway that you can only apply to LSB or whatever, then it's On Campus London will be the right learning community for you, because there you have, at undergraduate, you'll have the 5 choices through UCAS, also our guaranteed offers, different choices outside of UCAS, but postgraduate students, with the quality of the advice and counselling and our network with partner universities on postgraduate, you can apply up to 5 different PG programs across the UK, but obviously if you decide on London, it's one of the London universities. But yeah, you've got a range of options and choice, but that I would advise, think carefully as to the first degree that you're thinking of. But if you want to change and flexibility, you can only change within the progression degrees within that pathway. You can't flick from into life sciences or become a doctor when you've been studying business on a pathway in business. So obviously that's common sense. Yeah. But yeah, it's all possible.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. I think I'm afraid that's all we've got time for in terms of questions. But before we leave, I just wanted to ask both of you if there's any parting thoughts or anything you'd like students to take away from today's presentation.
Key?
I would say do some research before you actually think about where you want to study. Consider about your study destination, include like location, your budget, the lifestyles. Some students from particular region, they do consider ranking of university as well, but do remember what Peter has said. Do not just check on one ranking system, and do more research, and do not just listen to other people's word of the mouth. It is important, but do make sure that you spend some time to do your own research before submitting application. And also, like experts advices like SIUK, it's especially going to save loads of time from your research as well, because they have been in this industry and for decades. Do get in touch with them as well to support your application and make it into the UK university.
Absolutely. SIUK are experts in their field, and delighted to join you for this afternoon. As you can see, it's got dark here pretty quickly, so I'm going to say cheerio, but certainly SIUK are experts in giving that advice and guidance, and thank you for this opportunity. But any questions coming through, from to SI UK. Ravina, quite happy to field those with Key if they're coming through, if there's specific ones about careers and choices. It's always a difficult challenge sometimes, but as Key says, by doing research carefully, independently, and asking the experts and trusting those experts too is quite important, because there is a lot of choice out there, but getting it right is very important. So yeah, thank you again for this opportunity to talk further. Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, both of you, once again for joining us. It was a real pleasure to have you here as well. Like Peter mentioned and Key mentioned as well, you can always contact SI UK. We've put down the contact details in the chat box. And if you want to rewatch the seminar, we'll be sending across the YouTube link to all of our students as well. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, wherever you are.
Okay, go well, everyone. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.